Average. Oh my god, I'm getting eye bags on my eyes. Average. And while living an average life is mostly a lie for most people. You see, what is average? And, most people have their own beliefs and thoughts about what being average actually is. But I thought I'd share my my idea of average. Living an average life is when you lie to yourself mentally. It's a mental obstacle, a mental cage, basically saying that you're not enough. You don't believe in yourself. You know, I'm not saying that waking up early, going to 9 to 5, going home, building up a nice, quiet family. I'm not saying you can't live a life like that and still be fulfilled. But it's mostly a lie for most people, man. You know, the problem is you're never mentally challenging yourself. You're never mentally challenging yourself, you know? You you replace courage with comfort. The more comfortable you are with things, the less courage you have to step out of that comfort zone. Step out of the routine and ask yourself, is it worth it? Should I take the risk? I think that most people will lay in their deathbed and think back in life and be a little disappointed. Why did I take the risk? Why did I do that? Why? Why? You know? It's I mean, it scared me for a while. What if I don't live the life the way I want to live life? Sorry, that's my dad. He's sick. I was sick last week, so I spread it to him. It scared me for a while. That what if my life doesn't turn out the way I want it to turn out? You know. And one thing that I accepted was that life is never gonna turn out the way you think it's gonna turn out. Life is literally a risk. Life is a one big risk. So why not risk? Why not take the risk? Why not just accept that life is a big risk and just take another risk, you know? And another thing why I think most people end up living an average life, lying to themselves that they live an average life, is because of our ego. But before we start with the ego part, I want to say that you can live your life satisfied, but not fulfilled. You can be satisfied with life, but was it really fulfilled? You could ask yourself that. Did you do the things you actually wanted to do? I think most people end up studying and going to college and then not even ending up getting the job or the dream, occupation that I wanted to, They end up going to college and they have a little side job on the side and they get a taste, the money coming in, the guaranteed paychecks every month. And then they stop doing the dreams they have because now they're secure, they're safe, they're comfortable with the little paychecks they have on the side. So when you are actually done with your education, you stop. Because you're scared. You're too comfortable. And why I think most people end up in a situation is because of ego. And we're going to talk about ego in more videos in the future, but I'm gonna take it up a little bit briefly now because it fits. Your ego is your own self-image in your head, and it wants to protect itself. You you say to yourself, I'm being realistic. Oh, I don't have time. Or I'm gonna do it later, But actually, you're just too scared. You're just too scared to try. So that's ego talking. oh, I'm gonna do it later. Not right now. It's because you're too scared. You know that you're not gonna do it later. You know you're not gonna do it later. You gotta do it now. You know, and we humans, we don't want to fail certain things because our ego is too scared to being humiliated. You know, we care too much about what other people think about us. We care too much about, oh, I don't want to look like a fool. I don't want to look unprepped. You know, what is my mom gonna think? What's my friend gonna think? What what are they gonna think about me? What if I fail? You know, we care too much about what other people think about us. So that's also a big why, and a big answer to why I think most people don't take the risks, because their ego is in the way. You know, you have so much ego, and we humans are so egotistical. You know, so we're scared. We're scared to be looked upon. You know, in a negative light. But you gotta accept that to live your life is not lived by others. You know, it's your life, not theirs. So why do you even care about what other people think about you? You know, that's that's mostly why we don't try new things, because we're too scared to fail. You know, we'll rather say that I don't have time, or I will do it later, than to say, oh, I failed. I tried and I failed. We're too scared to say that. So instead, we try to find excuses not to do anything that's outside our comfort zone. You know, you want to protect your own self-image instead of breaking it. That's why I took the risk to hop off high school. I hopped off high school like, I think it was 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I'm feeling great, man. Sure, my GT3 RS, that's my dream car, by the way. It's not parked outside. It's not. I don't live in my own apartment, and I don't have fucking a bunch of zeros in my bank account. You know, I have 1 0, and that's all. But I believe in myself. You know, it's something. My ego, I'm trying to erase it. You know, trying to lose a bit of my self-image a bit, because I I cared too much about other people. I really did. I really cared too much about what other people thought about me. I had so many friends, you know, so many people I consider friends, but now afterwards I know that they weren't really my friends, you know. But I cared too much about what other people thought about me, and that's why I never really tried to go for what I actually want to do in life. I I started settling down for comfortness, you know. I smoked a lot of weed, and I done drugs, and I watched a lot of porn in my life, you know, and that and you know, you heard that. It was kind of embarrassing for me to say it to you, but you know, I'm just gonna be honest. It's a problem most people have, and they're not open to talk about. But I had a big porn addiction in my life, and I did smoke a lot of weed, and I was stuck in my comfort zone, you know. And school was just too stressful, you know. I knew deep inside that the things that I would get from school wouldn't be the things I would want to do in my life, you know. So I thought, you know what? Let's. I'm just hop off. I have half a year left. Everyone told me just go half a year. Why? I said why? They said, you know, just be safe. Safe. The dream life I have is not about being safe. You know, the journey is not going to be safe. And if you want to take life as a safe route, then you're already living your life wrongly. You know, I'm not telling you how you to live your life. I'm just telling you, you know deep inside that living a comfortable life in society norms is not the way you want to live your life. You know, I want to explore the world the way I please it. I wanna take my family out to dinner whenever I want. I don't want my mom and my dad to work their ass off every day. You know, I want my sister to have everything in this world. And to achieve that, I have to go outside my comfort zone. I had to stop smoking pot. I had to stop watching porn. I had to start doing shit that was actually, you know, productive. I had to do shit that was actually meaningful. And it's hard, and I'm still I'm still far away from my dreams. But that doesn't mean I enjoy life. I fucking love life, man. I love life. I feel so much freer when I'm being in school. And I'm not telling y'all to I'm not telling y'all to hop off school. I'm just saying that I feel so much freer because I'm not living by norms. I know, you know, one thing the teachers told me when I was about to hop off school, they told me to stop dreaming and get down to earth, get a job, you know, get a job. Stop dreaming about trading, because trading is my dream and that's what I'm pursuing right now. They told me stop dreaming, go back down to earth. What does that mean? Like, what are they talking about? You know, I'm living the life I want to live. You know, you don't get to tell me how to live. It's my life. You know, thank you for the advice, I guess. But you see, that's why you shouldn't care about what other people think, because at the end of the day, you came into this world. You're gonna die one day alone. You're gonna be the only one in the coffin. So why not just fucking live life, you know, the way you want it? Don't care about how others see of you, think of you. You know, get your ass up. Do things that you're not used to. Take a hobby, you know. You wanna draw? Draw. You wanna make music? Start. Make music. You know, it's probably gonna sound ass in the beginning, but the more you do it, the better you're gonna get at it. You wanna start a business? Start a business. I know, I'm sure it's not as easy as I'm telling you it is, but life is not easy, and life is a bunch of risks. So you just take the risk and do it. It's gonna take your time. It's gonna take time, yeah. I mean, I can show you already. Like I'm pretty good at drawing, and like here's like example of it. You know, I'm pretty good at drawing, and it's not something I just picked up a pen and I started drawing, and I was fucking Picasso. You know, I've spent years fucking learning to draw. You know, it takes a while. We gotta be willing to take the risk. It's gonna pay off. I'm telling you, I've never heard of someone taking the risk and actually never giving up and never achieving what they want in life. So take the risk, man. Don't worry about others. Don't worry about what they're gonna say and what they're gonna think. That's your ego speaking, man. It's just self-defense mechanism in your fucking brain. You gotta kill the ego. You gotta get an ego death, man. I mean, the easiest way to get an ego death is just taking a bunch of shrooms, but you know, start living life the way you want. Don't settle for average. If you actually are okay with living an average life, that's fine. But don't lie to yourself, because that's what most people do. They lie to themselves. Living an average life is okay. Yeah, it's satisfied, but are you really fulfilled in life? So I'm gonna make experiment for myself and for you in this lifetime. I'm gonna show you guys that I'm just like you. I'm just a regular ass dude, and I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it in my own terms. You know, I'm gonna live the life that I truly dream of. I'm gonna get the dream car. I'm gonna get a dream body. You know. And next video, I want to talk a bit more about self-confidence and, you know, how you can change your beliefs and that. But remember, live your life the way you want to live it. And we'll talk about more egos and shit, but later in the future. But I want to start off my channel with this video because I think that a lot of people need to hear this. That they need to hear that it's okay to take a risk. It's okay to try and not succeed. You know, if you even tried while most people don't, bro, you're already a hero, bro. You're already a fucking goat, bro. So try, man. Just give it a shot. Just give it a chance, right? Alright. That's my video for today. I will now post it. Thank you for watching.